The much-awaited summit between US President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will be held on Singapore's resort island of Sentosa. The White House confirmed that the venue for the summit between the two leaders will be the Capella Hotel. White House Secretary Sarah Sanders tweeting, "The venue for the Singapore summit between POTUS, the President of the United States, and the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will be the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island. We thank our great Singaporean hosts for their hospitality." Set on 12 hectares of lush greenery, the Capella's 112 rooms and villas were built in restored colonial buildings. These buildings once included an officers' mess of the British Army. The Capella has been designed by British architect Norman Foster. The 12th June meeting will be the first between President Trump and Chairman Kim, and it's expected to focus on North Korea's nuclear weapons program. Ramesh Ramachandran now joining us live for more on that. Ramesh, as those preparations gather heat, the choice of the venue possibly because the island itself is cut off from the rest of Singapore and may not possibly hamper Singaporeans' life in general.
Amitabh, it's going to be a blockbuster of a summit, the first time ever, remember, between a sitting American president and a North Korean leader, Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un in this particular case. As you mentioned, security is very tight, access restricted on the Sentosa Island, the Capella Hotel in particular, for the much-anticipated Trump-Kim summit. But the real issue, Amitabh, is the narrowing down differences or divergences on the issue of nuclear weapons, as you mentioned in your report there. North Korea says it is agreed in principle to eliminate weapons, but not immediately. Trump wants all of it done now, here and now. So that's the big part of difference between North Korea and the US. But that said, the logistics of the summit is still being thrashed out, Amitabh. Kim Jong-un will be traveling by air for the fourth time in his ever since coming to power in 2011. So how he will refuel in China, where he want to stay in Singapore, at the Fullerton Hotel, who will pay for it, all these are still being decided as we speak. But the fact is that Trump has agreed to meet Kim Jong-un, and that to my mind is very significant in itself.
Ramesh, you were talking about the logistics, and there have been several meetings in North Korea, in the US, teams that have also traveled to Singapore.
Indeed. Now, there are many, as the American saying goes, Amitabh, there are many moving parts of the story. Talks are happening as we speak in Washington, across the DMZ, in North and South Korea, and in Singapore. And all of this takes place to prepare the ground, so to speak, for the two leaders to meet when they do indeed meet in Singapore on the 12th of June. But that said, as I mentioned, the issues are substantive. It cannot be resolved overnight, let alone on the 12th of June. So both sides are describing it as a process. Trump saying it's a process towards eventual elimination of weapons. North Korea says we will need our own time to figure out how to go about it. So as things stand now, it is very delicately poised. And these are two temperamental politicians, Amitabh. They are very impulsive, unconventional, unpredictable, some would say. So let's wait and watch as to how this all pans out on the 12th of June.
Ramesh Ramachandran reporting from the WION newsroom.